For more than 8 decades, Varan has stood for quality, innovation, and a dynamic outlook. Always at the cutting edge, we continue to develop proven systems as well as pioneer new ways for sustainable, cost-effective, all-in-one solutions to leading industrial standards worldwide. Varan, the name you can rely on. We are the market leader in our business sectors: machinery, manufacturing, plant construction, and facades. The following animation demonstrates how this environmentally neutral process works. The raw materials, also called substrate, used in biogas plants are usually Category 3 slaughterhouse waste from pigs, beef cattle, sheep. Organic domestic municipal waste from disposal companies, trade, industry, supermarkets, unpackaged or still in packaging. Waste from agricultural plant production, liquid manure, solid manure. Process waste and organic residues from the agricultural and food industries. The electricity and heat generated are baseload capable, which means that they are available around the clock independently of weather conditions. Organic residues are not only disposed of in line with regulations, but are also processed profitably as part of a sustainable cycle in the form of biogas, which is then purified and compressed for further use. Heat dissipated from the cooling water and exhaust gases from the gasifier power station. To the same extent that you use organic waste in this CO2 neutral process, you avoid the consumption of fossil fuels. Varan biogas plants can be implemented quickly thanks to their flexible configuration and, depending on demand, can be expanded at a later date. Specific customer requirements, the latest scientific knowledge put together with ongoing practical experience with references in process technology, instrumentation technology, and the management of power plants are the basis for our modular supply capability of 10,000 to 150,000 tonnes of organic matter per year. Customers supply material via a weighbridge, where the weight of the vehicle plus load is recorded. Bulk organic waste is tipped directly into the intake hopper within the odour lock inside the delivery building. Containers are delivered to the unloading station from where the organic waste is fed into the intake hopper. Tankers with liquid organic suspensions dock at standardised connections to pump the liquid directly into the relevant holding vessels. The principle for optimizing fermentation is liquidization, mixing and removal of contaminants. A crane lifts the substrate into the preparation tower, where it then passes through these processes. The shredder pulverizes organic waste into particles smaller than 25 mm in order to obtain a structured substrate. In the pulper, the substrate is reduced into a suspension and mixed homogeneously. Contaminants are removed in the separator, collected in containers, and then properly processed or disposed of by service providers. The substrate, now liquefied, mixed and free of contaminants, is collected in the pump-off tank and fed into the appropriate holding vessel. A technical innovation of Varan plant technology is that the substrate produced in the preparation tower is graded according to specific criteria and then stored in separate holding vessels. Liquid suspension, ready for use, brought in by road tankers, is fed directly to the appropriate holding vessel. The admixing sequence during feeding is a precision process monitored by load cells on which the admixing vessels are standing. This ensures consistent substrate mixing quality and high biogas yield. Sealed airtight and continuously heated and stirred, the desired biogas product is made available within a few hours, days. The actual fermentation process takes place in the main fermenters and post-fermenters. Various types of bacteria, microorganisms and enzymes break down the substrate until the methane fermentation process releases the required biogas product. Each admixing vessel containing a successfully optimized substrate charge is assigned a tube fermenter, meaning that several biogas plants can be operated in parallel. The relatively slow rate of flow through the main fermenter ensures short reaction times, more rapid control response, and a favourable level of redundancy. The gas volume and quality inside the fermenters is monitored continuously. From the main fermenter, the substrate is fed along a holding path into the post-fermenter, where the biogas is stored in the flexo tank and can be drawn off pressure-free. After fermentation, the spent and sanitized substrate is then fed into substrate storage, where it is kept until it can be processed in the fertilizer module or used as manure. The storage capacity can be selected to comply with legal regulations. Before the spent substrate can be fed to final storage, it must be sanitized at a temperature of at least 70 degrees C for at least 1 hour, as dictated by legal legislation. Because water vapour and hydrogen sulfide are problematic for gas applications downstream, the biogas must be prepared according to the downstream process. For combustion in gasifier power stations, the biogas is scrub-dried, cooled and compressed. The electricity generated is fed into the mains network as eco-power or sold directly to local consumers. Thermal energy is also generated at the same time. And biogas can be fed into the gas supply mains so that it can be sold or piped to another location to be consumed or sold. Biogas can be used to fill gas cylinders or used as fuel for vehicles. In addition to electricity and heat, Varan biogas plants also produce high-quality, odour-neutral fertiliser. The nutrients in the substrate remain intact and are ideal for use on plants. The fertiliser can be used on authorised agricultural areas within the scope specified by legal legislation. As an option, Varan offers a fertiliser module for thickening the spent fermented substrate so that it can be used together with a filling unit to fill consumer packaging units in 1, 2 and 5 litres. This approved organic fertiliser complies with the strict directives of the laws applying to fertilisers. Process water is largely recycled within the plant. Any drain water can be fed into the municipal sewer or into water channels with sufficient freshwater flow. The very latest measurement and instrumentation technology is implemented to optimise processing, yield and availability. Using a computer modem, it is possible for authorised specialists from the plant operator and manufacturer to monitor and control the plant from a remote location.